I think we need to revisit the concept of the show again. Ready to Love, Make a Move. For y'all, for you, Shareese, for you, Vernisha, for you, Zadia, y'all three heifers are supposed to move to NOLA. Y'all aren't there to find men to make them move back to where y'all are from. Maybe we need to revisit the concept of the show. Maybe we need to take four ladies that are from one particular season and then fly men in to come visit them. Maybe that's how it needs to go. Because these ladies don't understand the concept of the show. Is it me? Is it me? Because, like, it's almost irritating watching them have these conversations. What's good, y'all? I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. Season 1, Episode 8, All Work, No Play, Ready to Love, Make a Move. If you haven't already, don't forget, subscribe to the channel. If you have not already, thumbs up the video if you enjoy it. Leave some comments down below. Because I really want to know, is it me? Am I missing something? So the episode starts off right where the last one left off, where Don is talking about or asking Ashley, I didn't tell you about my divorce. You know you didn't. So he doesn't talk about his divorce. He said he got married when he was 21 years old, only married for a year, and nobody knew until it was over. So did y'all elope? I'm assuming they eloped. Or maybe they just went down to the courthouse. He doesn't say what exactly happened or anything like that. Ashley takes this to mean that he is a hopeless romantic. I said, how many more episodes we got left, y'all? Ashley thinks that this makes him a hopeless romantic that just loves love because at 21 years old, he got married and then divorced by 22. She then jokingly, but not so jokingly, says that she would never have kept him around if she knew that he got married. Now, while she's joking about that, I'm a person that I believe there is always a little bit of truth inside every joke. So, the reason that even though she says she's joking and she tried to laugh it off, she meant that. Ashley 1,000% meant that. If she would have known that Don had been married before, she would not have kept him around. So Tamika calls Shareese the next morning. The ladies are all getting dressed and tells her that she's going to send her on another special blind date since she does not have a keeper. So Shareese feels behind everyone because she doesn't have a keeper. Girl, y'all are all on even playing field because let's be real. Zadia and Cameron are not going to work because neither one of them want to move. Vernisha is not going to pick somebody unless they want to move to Houston. And Ashley, you're doing better than Ashley says. Okay, let's say that. So we get Zadia going to Cameron's house for, looked like a breakfast date. Looked like they were eating eggs. So they're there for a breakfast date. And she told him that she's in a confessional. And she said, oh, this is my first time going to Cameron's house. And production was like, are you sure? And she said, yes. It is. Look, I don't know why we're even making it still a big deal. If Zadia got her back cracked, she got her back cracked. I guess I don't understand why it's such an issue. I don't understand why everybody else is so worried about it. A little odd to me. So he tells her that he's outgrowing his house, to be honest, and he's kind of ready and prepared to move to a bigger space. But he's calling this like not his trap house, but his trap house, meaning he's not looking to put any more money into it. It's just a place for him to lay his head, do what he needs to do, and stack his money. So Cameron said he has money flowing, different streams of income coming in from a bunch of different sources. And what he wants to do with that is stack his money. He's in a stacking season. He wants to stack his money so that he's going to work super hard now so that later in life he can retire, he can relax, he can, basically chill. So she once again brings up the idea of him moving out of New Orleans. And I'm going to say this, Zadia, that man done told you he does not want to move to D.C. You have said you don't want to move down here. So the fact that you feel that he's not being compromising is asinine. You brought your ass on a show that is called Make a Move, where the premise, even though y'all have seemed to forget, is for you ladies to find a beau down here, okay? And then y'all to make the decision on whether you want to move down here or not to pursue it. No part of this show that they outlined to us has been, well, we want y'all go find a guy to take back home with you. That's not how this works. So he said, well, I already own a house here, and he's interested in buying more property here. He don't want to live in DC. So she's like, I think maybe if you just, come visit it first. He said, I know what I want. And see, this is when I would be kind of irritated, because if he was badgering her about moving to NOLA, then it would be a problem. She said she don't want to move to New Orleans because of the heat and the humidity. Girl, facts. Well within your rights. But then if this man is telling you he does not want to uproot his life to move to DC, why is that an issue when you don't want to do the same thing? Y'all just met. So they both kind of agree that they don't want a distance relationship. Zadia said because she wouldn't have the time to plan a trip and all that. Isn't that the pot calling the kettle black? So let's get this straight, Zadia. You have an issue with the fact that this man is still actively working while you're on vacation shooting a show, right? He's making time for you, doing what he has to. And it's not even like he's making time to see you in general. He has to make the time for y'all to be filmed. That's the bigger thing. He's making time during your filming schedule. So he's probably juggling and moving a bunch of stuff around. So it's okay for you to say that you might not have the time to do all that. But if he were to say he doesn't have the time to do that, it would be an issue. I like the show. I think they have to switch up the premise, because something's getting lost in translation with these ladies and what the intent of the show is. So we then have Shareese. She's out on a date with Nick. His high top fade is childish. I don't like anything about it. But apparently Nick has been at the mixer. They were making eyes at each other. Nice direct eye contact, but she didn't pick him. I don't remember him. I don't remember much of the first episode though, in terms of who the guys are. So maybe he was there. But Nick doesn't talk. Nick doesn't talk any more than Maurice talked. They're flirting. She said that she, is wondering what his chest looks like outside that shirt. He tells her, well, you know what? Maybe you'll get to see. But there's no talking. There's literally no communication. We panned over to Vernisha, and she's at Tabari's house for dinner. He said that I heard that you like long stem red roses, and he gives her some red roses from the Kroger. Now, very sweet thing. He paid attention, listened to what she said, bought that item. Could have been presented a little better. Have them in a nice vase for her. Add a little baby's breath. But those are not long stem. Those are not long stem roses. So let's just get that clear. Those are not long stem red roses. It's very hard pressed to get a long stem red rose from a grocery store. You sometimes have to go to a florist unless it's around Valentine's Day or Sweetest Day. You're just not going to find a long stem red rose, next to the peaches. It's just not going to happen. At least not here in Milwaukee, okay? Maybe it is down there, but those for sure were not long stem red roses. But they're on the day, and Vernisha wants to know, how does it look like realistically with the two of them moving forward? Tabari spends a lot of time in Mississippi where he has a child, and she's like, I'm in Houston. Vernisha does say that she is open to moving to New Orleans, which is great, but she's not open to moving to Mississippi. She then goes on to say she doesn't know how a distance relationship would work. So why did you come on a show where there was going to be a distance relationship at some point? Is it me? Like, seriously, y'all, what is going on here? What is going on? It's almost making it gets you mad when you think about the show sometimes, because it's like, what's the point of us watching this if y'all aren't going to pay attention to it? Is it me? Maybe I'm the one that's in the wrong. Maybe I'm misinterpreting what the show is about. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. It's not me. I know what the show was like. Okay, so she's like, maybe, whatever the case. He tells her that when two people want to make it work, they find a way to make it work. Nobody's leaving here a happy couple. I can tell you that. Maybe Ashley. Ashley hasn't said that she won't move. Where's Ashley? Does Ashley live in Atlanta? Ashley hasn't said that she will not move. She's the only one that has not talked about where we're going to live, because I think she might be open to moving. The next morning, the ladies are cooking breakfast and Cameron stops by. So he tells Zadia he has a lot going on. He said meeting her was not in the plans for this year, but you signed up for a show. But okay. He said he's dealing with the pressure of his jobs and his growing business, and he wants this to be a long process and not a very short one, which basically means even if he had thought about moving, it wouldn't happen anytime soon. So he said, look, there might be someone else that is ready to jump in and give you what you need and move to DC and be all that and more and have all the time for you in the world until Zadia gets back home, and then she's back working, and now she realizes, oh, I don't have as much free time anyways. I was on vacation filming a show. So he tells her that he does enjoy spending time with her, but said moving forward, his time will be limited. So he tells her, so look, if you want to part ways with him, if you want to part ways with me, you can. If you want to continue to nurture this thing we have going on, you can do so as well. So she's like, do you want to part ways? And he said, no, that's not what I'm saying. What he's saying, Zadia, is I'm telling you now, I'm busy. So the time that I'm making for you, and I personally don't have an issue with the way he's saying I'm making time. I don't have an issue with that, personally. So he's telling her, I'm making time for you. I do photography. I work, is he a pharmacist? I'm a pharmacist. I do photography. Looks like he does day trading. He probably does something else. I'm literally making the time to spend with you. Her seeing that as an issue, he's probably sick of her bitching about it, to be honest. Because again, and I have to keep reiterating this, these four ladies are on vacation. These four ladies are entrepreneurs. They are all entrepreneurs, all four of them. They work for themselves. So y'all were able to step away from your business to film however long y'all are there. Y'all aren't doing anything during the day. Maybe some clerical stuff for your business. You guys are probably doing phone calls and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, y'all were able to step away and do what you want to do because you own your own business. You work for yourself. These men, the Jabaris, the Dons, some of these other guys that are on this show, they don't. They just don't. Cameron has a boss. The man that owns the pharmacy or the Walgreens or wherever he's working at. He has a boss. So he cannot just step away. If he's a photographer, maybe he has photo shoots that are set up. He can't just cancel a photo shoot because you're bored and you want to go on down to the Raising Cane's. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why I said Raising Cane's. I don't know why Raising Cane's came out. Nonetheless, you see what I'm saying? But he probably saying, look, I'm making time for you, but I can't make any more. So in this moment, Zadia, this was your chance to really look within yourself and to acknowledge that, look, I can't move forward then because I personally want somebody that is going to be available when I want them to be available. And he's not able to give you that, aside from the fact he's not moving to DC, you're not moving down here. So at this point, Zadia, y'all are really just wasting each other's time, to be real. You're wasting his time. So the ladies are later that night. Tamika comes over because it's time for the mixer. So Zadia said that Cam came over and expressed how the process is a lot for him. She says she understands, but she doesn't. Shareese is excited because both Nick and Will are going to be showing up to the mixer so she can pick who she wants to keep as a keeper there. We get to the mixer. Don comes in first, and the ladies are like, we've heard Ashley rap. You know, Don, we haven't heard any poetry. He said, roses are red, violets are blue. Ready to love? We're going to make a move. I said, like, I did laugh. I did laugh because he just knew he did something. Whew, production been waiting on him all season to do that. So Ashley's talking to Donald, and she's concerned about his first marriage. She said, because you've said I do and I haven't. What does it matter? I kind of feel like once you get to a certain age in life, the age that we are now, because I'm 39, the man that you get with is going to, he's going to have a child somewhere. He's going to be a divorcee. Like, stuff like that has just happened. It's happened. Like, I don't think, like, on top of the fact that it was when he was 21. So he's telling her that, like, that doesn't change anything for me. That was so long ago. I'm serious now. I still want to be married. I still want to do this, that, and the other. So she keeps him around, obviously. They kiss, and she's like, this felt like, it was so brief. It felt like I'm in 6th grade. And I had to sneak and kiss my boyfriend in between class. Well, actually, you're giving 6th grade emotional intelligence too. You're moving like a 6th grader. What did you expect? She says she doesn't kiss everybody, so when she kisses you, she likes you, but she wishes that it was a little deeper. Maybe she wanted a little tongue action. That's not the energy that you gave in that scene. Why didn't you elongate the kiss? Vernisha keeps Tabari. We knew that was going to happen. Why? Because Vernisha and Ashley did not click or connect with either one of those men that they went to the dance class with. Shareese keeps Nick over Will. Now, I'm partial because I know Will. But here's the thing. Will had great communication with her, right? Will is very well spoken. Will is a good, I'm going to say, because y'all don't know, Will seems like a good guy. I know that he's a good guy. He's mature. He has his own, has his own stuff. But the deficit, the detriment, the mark on his record with Shareese is that he has a child. I think a lot of people hear nonprofit too. I work for a nonprofit, and they don't see money bags with that. So I think Will, had those 2 strikes against him. He has a child and he works for a nonprofit. So she wants to go over to Nick, who she has acknowledged is not talking. Communication level is basement, subfloor level. But because you think he might have a 6-pack, I said, Shareese, if you're not going to take this serious, then I'm not going to take it serious with you either. Go on and have another mute man if you want to. This is silly. This is absolutely silly on Shareese's part. And then Shareese said that she thinks Nick is more willing to move to Miami. All right. I don't even care no more. I promise y'all I don't care. I don't care. Nobody's going to pine anybody. Because this is like, y'all aren't doing the process correctly. If there's another season, which I hope there is, revamp it. Redo the rules. Pick 4 women or 4 guys from one particular city and then have other women come in to where they are. Or have 4 ladies from one city and then have guys flying in that are interested in moving to that city. Or just change the format of Ready to Love altogether to this. If they change the format of Ready to Love, in each city, you only focus on 4 people, and then you have these revolving dates come in like that. That would be better for Ready to Love in general too, because all these mismatch dates that they be having going on, it's not working. So Zadia keeps Cameron around. Girl, I don't know why. Cameron looked like, damn. Cameron wanted her to you can tell that Cameron is like ready to go. He's over the process. So Tamika tells the ladies at the end of the night she's going to bring someone from their past that they might have overlooked. So the first person that we see is Vernisha out with Mizell. And Tamika, I thought Tamika was going to bring back Jabari. That would make the most sense, to either bring back Jabari or some of the other men she dated. She didn't overlook Mizell. So Mizell gives a very long-winded thank you for meeting with me, because I know things got a little touchy and you didn't have to be here, but you are. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. And it's like, Mizell. Mizell. And Vernisha was like, you're welcome. So she said that she didn't like the way that he tried to downplay trying to get her number to Shareese, which he did. He absolutely made it seem like, oh, I was just, I only got her phone number because she had my bag, whatever, when really we saw you flirting with her and pouring wine for her and everything else. He then said that he didn't feel like he owed Shareese anything because they never talked outside of the date. And he thought that everybody was kind of fair game. And Vernisha's like, yeah, everybody is fair game, but there's still just kind of a level, of respect. You could have gave Shareese a heads up. So she then asked him if he is still interested in Shareese, and that's where it ends. What's really going to, irritate me next week is the fact that they bring back Kirsten. They bring back Kirsten for Ashley. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. If you have not already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, and I will catch you guys for something. Peace.